we're going to be doing this, and it's a Give It a Whirl card, and that's where you you turn this, and there's 4 different, well, there's actually more, aren't there? So this will be our prototype. These are some of our stamps we'll be using, and here's the dies. I don't think we're using any dies today. Oh yeah, these, I think these are left over from, these are just leftovers from our former kits. So I believe, let me look in here and see. Yeah, those hearts are just leftovers. And I've got lots of leftovers here, and you should have them too. You can just pick 3 leftover hearts that you want to choose. They could all be the same color or different colors. It looks like I might be using a little slightly different color. I might be using Pool Party instead of the pink, because I don't have any pink ones left. And if you don't, you can always cut some hearts. I think we just used this here when we cut our hearts, so you can use that to cut your hearts if you don't have enough hearts to do the project. So yeah, that you shouldn't have to do any die cutting unless you have to die cut some hearts for the inside. Everything else has been done for you. And it's using the Give It a Whirl dies. Some of you have this set and you were wondering, how do I use it? So this part here in the Give It a Whirl dies, and this is just kind of to give you a taste. Maybe you just wanted to make one card like this, you didn't want to buy the whole set, or maybe you make one card and you love it and you want to buy the set. This is the part that I'd cut here. Yeah, so I started out with an 8.5 by 5.5 regular basic white, scored it at 4 1/4. That was my base. Okay, and then let's just take our base and fold it. Oh goodness. Let me grab my bone folder. It's been quite the morning, let me tell you. Okay, so we have that. That's our base. And then we have a piece of real red, or whatever color you're going to have behind your front. 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. That sounds familiar, right? So we'll just go ahead and put that on. 5 3/8, 4 1/8 on our card base front. And it's a little different. Is that the right? It's 4 by 5 3/8. Normally it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, but this is only 4 by 5 3/8. And I think I did that so that it would have, when I used this, it would be even all around when I use this part here. Okay, so we've got that far, and the inside is going to have real red, and it is 5 1/4 by 4. And we'll go ahead and put that on the inside. And I think that's pretty much ready. That's about all we can do until we do our stamping. Now I cut you 2 wheels. You only need 1. We'll be stamping on those to do this stamping, and then we'll be stamping on this, which will be the inside. So everything else we can put aside. You do have this wheel here. This I cut with the circle dies that we have, And it doesn't come with the Give It a Whirl dies don't have that circle die. This is second largest circle die in the layering circles, and I pierced it in the center with my piercing tool, or you can use this here, just pierced it in the center, and you'll see why we have this in a minute. And then I used this is I don't know if I glued these or not, or if I just die cut them together. Yeah, I glued them together for you. All right, so this is a piece of the DSP. I'm guessing it was, yeah, it was probably 4 by 5.5 or something. I cut one of the DSP, and then I cut one in basic white, and then I glued them together for you, okay? And then I took the heart, so I cut those. I actually cut them together at one time. I just DSP, basic white, cut it like that. Then I took the heart, this heart right here, because I figured with Valentine's Day we would all want hearts, right? So I then after I cut this, I put this here over both of them at the same time, and then I cut the heart out with this. So that's how I got this piece right here. And then that pieces go on the front once we get our die cut wheels stamped. So let's put everything else away for now till we're ready to put it together. And then this is the die that I used for the wheel. But there's some cute clouds here. The clouds are one of the main reasons I got this set. I thought it was really cute. I love the clouds. So now stamping this wheel is a little bit of a trick, and I did it a while ago, and I'm not even sure if I remember how to do it. I am going to, we'll work on this together, okay? We're going to, I'm going to try to remember, and then of course my thing is red from all the red ink. I'm going to wait till I'm done using this to, I better get another, because I'm going to use both of these colors, so I better get a different. I'll just grab one. Early Espresso works for me. And get this out of the way. I don't want to get ink on it. Now, as I recall, and I forgot to clean off my 4x6 plastic window sheet last time I used it. So let me dry it off a little bit here. I hope you like that I added a little bit something different. Okay, so if you want to, we're going to do this wheel, and there's the BFF. So we'll do it this way. We have the BFF. It's divided into 3. If you look, there's 3 lines right here. The BFF is going to go on a line. What did I do with my BFF? Where did I go? I just had it. Here it is. It's going to go on a line. And then what comes after BFF? Then we have an X. is actually going to be kind of in the center of one of those three like pie-shaped things. And then we're going to have Hug Me. It's going to be kind of over one of those lines. And then we're going to have what's next? I'm looking here. You're cute. You are cute. It's going to be in one of the pie-shaped ones. And then Love You, which is here. It's going to be on kind of on the line, one of the lines, sort of on a line. And then the Hugs stamp. Looks like a donut. It's going to go here, and you can see that that's going to be kind of a full thing there. So the Hugs, Kisses, and You Are Cute are going to be in real red. And the others are going to be in Highland Heather. So what you're going to do is you're going to just kind of line those up. These are on the lines somewhat, mostly on the lines. These are not on the lines. And what we want to do now is to get this out, and we just want to make sure you can kind of line up the hole with this hole, this hole with this hole, and you can kind of see if that's going to show. Maybe you need to bring it down just a little bit. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to tape this down. We're just going to tape this down right here. When I did it originally, I did them individually, and I'm using the tape that doesn't mess up your paper. I'm using the removable Scotch removable tape, so you're going to need that if you're going to do this. You could use washi tape maybe, as long as it doesn't tear your cardstock. Okay, so that heart is going to be in a good place. I'm going to move it down just a little bit. That heart will be in a good place, and that heart is going to need to come over a little bit. This is kind of tricky, but I really think this is the best way to do it. Then your BFF is here. X and there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is these three are going to be Highland Heather, so we're going to remove those. And I can tell this You Are Cute needs to go, the point needs to be pointing right towards that circle there, or it will be crooked. And it is hard to, it wants to stick to my fingers, so it's kind of hard to get it to go where I want it. Okay, so this is going to be real red. I hope I haven't lost you. I hope I haven't lost you. So we're going to ink up these. And my ink pads are always dry, so you may not have to do yours this many times, okay? Hopefully you don't. Okay, so I have those. I'm going to clean off my stamps and the excess ink off of the sides. And now we're going to do Highland Heather, and we're going to do, what are we going to do? Put these aside. Let's see. Next to the circle is Love You. And again, I want that point towards the hole, and it's kind of up a little bit. There is a trick to this, but I don't have time to go get my piece of plastic. Okay. Then the next one is Hug Me over here. I don't know that it really matters even. Hug Me and BFF. It's sticking to my fingernails. All right. I'll move this one up just a little bit. Now these are all going to be Highland Heather. And again, I'm going to have to do them probably 2 or 3 times. And one more time, just for good luck. Now, I was kind of concerned that because there was those creases that it would interfere with my stamping, but I found that it didn't, and I was really glad that it didn't. So I could put more than just 3. You could just do 3 because there's 3 sections. But when I did 3 sections, there was a big space in between, and it was kind of boring. So I thought, well, I'm going to try to fit in these little smaller hearts in between these guys and then make it a little more interesting. And I think it worked. I think it worked out fine. All right, so bring out these. I'll save my tape to use another time so I can be frugal, unless it rips like that. And if it rips, I won't save it. Yeah, this Scotch removable tape, if you buy the double rolls, the 2-pack on Amazon or Office Depot online, you can get a much better deal than if you buy them individually. All right, so we have our stamping here, and we have our plastic in place. So let's go ahead and what's on the inside? Happy Valentine's Day. So we'll do our Happy Valentine's Day. Make sure that stays in the corner, and it's with real red. So let me bring in this. It's portrait. Put it in the center. Now I want to make sure I leave room for each side for my little whirly doos. I don't even know what those are called. I just thought I'd use it. I like to use as many of the stamps as possible. And then the little whirly doos that I'm talking about are this thing right here. It's like a circle with little bubbly like things on it. I'm just going to set that there. Clean off this stamp and take it off. dry my pad off. Pick up my little whirly-do and ink it up. And then I guess I'll just turn this and see if I can kind of line that up. Move it till I get it right where I want it. That looks good. Okay, there's my whirly-doos. And I'll clean that stamp off. Okay, so I do give you an extra one of these if you need to do a second one if the first one doesn't do well for you. So try to make it easy and fun for you as much as possible. All right, now we're ready to put it together, and this is the fun part. So let me bring in the rest of our stuff. Go ahead and put your inside in. And this was 3 3/4 by 5. I always forget to tell you that. 3 3/4 by 5. And then find yourself 3 little hearts, different colors. Or they could be the same color if you want. These are left over. Now the red one has backing on it, and I think the purple one does too. And maybe the blue one. No, the purple one doesn't have backing on it, but the blue one does. The pool party one has backing. And then this one, I'm just going to put a dot of glue right there. Tiny, tiny, tiny dot of glue. And then set that one on top of it. And hold it down for a minute. Okay, there's our inside. Cute. Now the outside, let me bring in my card because I want to be able to use it as a template. Now inside here is going to be yours. It may be purple, it may be pink, it may be red. It's going to go like right here inside this little hole right here. And then is going to go your that little, give it a whirl. Cute, cute, cute. Whoops, 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 whoops. Cute, 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 cute. And then you're going to take this. This is something that I added to it to give it some support. And again, it is the second largest circle die in the layering circle dies that we sell. And then you're going to just open this up here and push it down. You want it somewhat tight, but not so tight that it doesn't turn. And see what this does is it gives it support, and it also gives you an opportunity to put some where are they? These. Where's my large ones at? I don't have anything where I need it today. Okay, so before we put that on, I think we want to do our ribbons too, at least the one that wraps around. Okay, so that ribbon, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1¼ inches from the bottom. So I'm going to get my pencil over there because I had to move my desk stuff around. And so there's my 1¼ is that right? Yeah. 1¼ and then 1¼ over here. So the bottom of your ribbon is going to be even with that 1¼ and then you're going to put some not snail, but you know what I mean. Don't get any near where your wheel is. Okay, you don't want any to get near your wheel is to interfere with your wheel. You're going to take your red linen ribbon that is about 5 inches, and you're going to find out which is the front, although they're very similar. So, and you're going to dig that into this. Then once you do that, you're going to get your large or regular, and you're going to put some dimensionals on top of that ribbon, like so, but not close to your wheel. All right, and then you're going to put some here in the corners. And then you're going to put some down here. That's a little close to the wheel. I don't want it that close. You need lots of support, so don't be skimpy. Now, you want to support these sides too, but these are too big. So what you do is you get your scissors and you're going to cut them in half. Cut some in half and use those. Especially here near where you're going to be twirling. Like I said, don't go skimpy because you need the support on this wheel. And then up at the top, you're going to need some support up there too. Here I have an extra one. I'll just fit in there. It looks like a mosaic, doesn't it? Okay, I think that's enough. I think so. So I'll give you a good look at that so you can see. Now this part here, we're going to use the mini dimensionals. Don't use the same ones. And I'm going to put some here in the center, and I'm going to work my way out because that's going to give that support as well, your wheel. And I'm using the little ones in the center because the bigger ones have a little bit more thickness, and as you can see, these are not at the same level. This wheel here is not at the same level as this because of the layers. And I am just really being generous. All right, so now we get to take all of this off. For me, this is easier than trying to use my fingernail. My fingernail, it always ends up being frustrating. Okay. Especially when you have that many. All right, now that's just going to go like right on top of this. Plenty of sticky. The only problem is you just want to make sure that you get it perfectly over. So I may have to stick my head in here. There. Now you have all that distance, and that way it gives you a more room to turn your little. The first one I did, I used a smaller circle behind it. I used a circle that was about that big behind this, and I can see that it doesn't give it enough support to push it away from the back of the card. That's why I went with the larger one, which was the second largest, and it does much better. It supports that wheel and makes it stick up. All right, well, we are almost done. What we need now is a ribbon in the center, and I'm going to put a glue dot. Where are my glue dots? If you could see my desk, it's so funny. It's not funny. It's so funny, it's not funny. In the center, behind that ribbon, to hold it in place where I'm going to. So here's this. We do our even tails and our loops, and make sure that they match up together. Like this one doesn't want to match up. All right, so now I have these. I'm going to take this one and cross it over that one. Make sure they stay together. And it makes what I like to call the bunny rabbit. You've got an ear, and a face. You're going to take this ear and push it through the face from behind. Just like that. And then you're going to grab it with these fingers, pinch it, and pull. And then just kind of make it the size you want. Don't pull it tight until it's the size you want. And it's a small one, so I'm just going to keep making it smaller. When I pull it, it's going to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to make it a little smaller than I want, so that when I pull it, it'll be the right size. Just like that. This side's a little big. There. Perfect. And then I'm going to trim it straight across. Straight across. There's my bow. And I'm going to put that on with glue dots. Figure out which side looks the best. I think this is a better back here. So 1 glue dot pinch, 2 glue dots pinch. In the center, over where you put that other glue dot, fluff up your loops. Fluff you. All right, I think that's it. I don't have any jewels or bling to go on it. You could add some bling, but I kind of like just the red bow, and I think that makes it nice and simple. So I hope that you will take this class. It'll be good till January 31st, and I'll start shipping hopefully Saturday, tomorrow, or Monday, and I'll ship through the 31st, but you don't want to wait that long. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed this. Give it a whirl card, kind of a sampling for you to see if you really want to order the Give It a Whirl dies or not. Have a great weekend. Bye now.